Here's one of the most common alternate fingerings using third valve instead of 1 and 2. It could be argued that's the way the instrument was designed, but that's for another time perhaps. We might use alternate fingerings for a variety of reasons. One reason, of course, is to help with technique. Another is to help with intonation. But one that's not as often mentioned is it helps with tone color. If you want a slight variety in tone color for some reason, an alternate fingering might provide that. I've used this one before on a march that I arranged by Cecile Chaminade. It opens with 3 concert Fs, or G in treble clef, and they're marked fortissimo, but this arrangement is for piano and euphonium. And fortissimo is kind of overwhelming if you play it loud enough to really get some edge on it. That's the opening right there. So I like to get the edge without quite so much volume, so I might use fourth valve. You can hear, I hope, that changed color quite a bit. A more subtle change, though, is when I use that 3 instead of 1 and 2. I think the tone color is slightly better, and that makes sense. Rather than having to loop through this and this curvy part, you're looping only through this curvy part. So there's less twisting for the airstream to do. See if you can hear the very subtle color difference between these two passages. To me, the second one sounds a little smoother, which makes sense. We go from the open horn, fourth valve, third valve, first valve. So we're using one loop for each of those. Whereas with the normal fingering, 1 and 2, open horn, fourth valve, and 1 and 2, where we're using 2 valves, and then to 1, where we're using 1 valve. There's a very small tip for you today. Try some of these things and see what you think. It'll take a minute to get used to the difference in color, and in some cases you don't want that, but in other cases that can be an advantage. See what you think when you try it. Thanks for listening today.